Good morning and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life and I am cooking with cranberries today. We are cranberry farmers. I have lots and lots of cranberries available to me and I'm going to be making a bunch of new recipes today, all centering, or at least all using cranberries. I picked up this cookbook from the library. I know I've gotten it before. I've made a couple of things. Actually, I think this is where that apple praline bread in it, which was so good. Anyway, I was looking through here and I earmarked some recipes that all use cranberries. Here are the recipes I'm going to be making today. Cranberry Cherry Nut Pie, cranberry layer cake, cranberry oatmeal cookies, cranberry orange bagels, and overnight layered salad. The overnight part is going to be nixed because I'm making it this morning and we're going to have it for supper tonight. All right, so last night I took some time and looked at the recipes. So I took some time and just wrote out the steps so I could try to use my time efficiently today. It is a homeschool day. I do have hunters out, duck hunters out this morning, so they are going to be coming in at some point to like share the stories, clean the ducks, have a breakfast. So I did get some things ready for that. So I do need to be efficient today because we also have two painting projects to do in the house. I don't know, I feel like I'm biting off more than I can chew today, but let's see how much of this I can get done. So it says thaw the pie crusts. Okay, when I open this, it's going to be a bunch of ducks. Yep, lots and lots of duck. Peter wants to make some duck gumbo, so he froze like an entire duck here. He's got some more duck here with skin on. I don't know. He's got plans. So somewhere under here, I have two pie crusts that I had made the other day when I made, did you guys see that video? The one with the cranberry pear pie? It was amazing. And everybody, when I say everybody, I mean Warren. He really wants me to make that one again, especially for Thanksgiving. All right, so, yes, Maria, do you need me?
We need to put another light bulb in here.
Okay. All right, I've been beckoned to help with a light bulb. We got that figured out. So, two pie crusts sitting out to thaw. Next up, I'm going to get my bacon going, and that is going to be for the salad. And to save on cleanup, I am using foil. There's 16 pieces of bacon here. The recipe calls for only 12 pieces of bacon. I'm going to cook it all. Chances are I won't have a problem getting someone to eat 4 pieces of bacon. Or we can just put extra on the salad, because who doesn't like extra bacon on their salad? And I'm twisting the bacon. It does help to keep some of the bacon kind of out of the grease, so it gets a little bit crispier. Also, it makes it so that the bacon fits on the pan. Back when we had to shelter in place, you guys remember those days? We would do Sunday TV Mass, and I pretty much, I guess, perfected, if you will, doing bacon this way, because I would get bacon into the oven before we all sat down for TV Mass, and then I would just put it into the cold oven, turn it at 350, 30 minutes, the bacon would be done, and then we would do a big breakfast after TV Mass. So anyway, I've been doing it like that ever since. Next up, I'm going to prepare the salad.
Icicles off their bill. Saw a giant clock.
Okay.
Are you making some breakfast?
Uh-huh.
That is incredible. That's what I was going to do. Hey Joe, how you doing?
I don't know.
Good.
You may have to erase that. I don't know.
How do you like that? What do you think, like that?
Sure.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Morning.
How was the hunt?
Terrible.
There were a couple piles
It was another 150 to have the stuff.
You know, at the bear stall, you don't have to worry about like, paper on bear stall. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
So you got that new shop? Leather. I know the word. I don't know.
It's just a room. It's just.
It's not even, yeah, it's not even mezzanine. It's mezzanine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Got that figured out.
I'm running low on sleep. It was up probably. I don't know if it came up out of the creek or where it came from, but it's swimming back and forth.
No.
Vacation, I think, on some of those towns where it's really fun. As far as, I think it depends on what you enjoy doing. It's on the fly out with the worst price-wise, and it's not. We were going to try and get up to the Porcupine Mountains this last fall, but never. For a lot of people, many manufacturers, but Polaris specifically, want utility sled. And I said, you know, these are hard to find.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. He's got the 500, which is the smaller one. Yeah. And he's had trouble with that. I truly feel that worked well. I think a lot of it comes out.
You can return that, yeah. I mean, you haven't opened the...
I'll make a little bit seasoned, but if it's not good, I can buy.
The next thing I'm going to put together here are the cranberry orange bagels because it goes into the bread machine. So once I get this working, it gives me time to get some other things going. All right, so in here I already have the water, which is a cup plus 2 tablespoons. I have a half a cup of dried cranberries, and I'm going to be adding in some grated orange zest. It calls for 4.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to grate this one orange, and whatever I get is what I get. I'm not measuring it. The duck hunters had come in, and we did a nice breakfast of pork sausage patties and French toast and some regular toast, coffee. And anyway, yeah, no ducks today. It was very, very cold. Right, Peter?
Yep, didn't even see a duck.
Didn't even see a duck. Even the ducks didn't want to move. And from what I hear, the worst weather is usually the best weather for the ducks. But even they didn't want to move today. So, all right. I don't know if this is 4.5 teaspoons of orange zest, but that's what I'm doing. 1 orange worth. I need a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves, 3 cups of bread flour, and then 1 packet of yeast, which is approximately 2¼ teaspoons.
Maria, how do you spell Strachan?
Next up is putting together the cake. So let's see, bake. 350 start. Make sure there's nothing in there. So this is cranberry layer cake, and I have these ingredients. 1 1/3 cup of water. I have a white or vanilla cake mix. Cranberries here. I couldn't fit them all in here because it calls for a cup. Chopped. I like to leave them whole, so I'm doing a few extras. Just because if you chopped them, they would take up a little less space. You get more packed in there. I need another tablespoon or so of zested orange, 3 eggs, and 1/3 cup of oil. It called for canola. I'm actually just using regular vegetable oil. I'm going to get everything put into my bowl here and then take it over to the KitchenAid and get it mixing for 2.5 minutes. Today's lesson. surprised how
Type it?
I took a moment to do some cleanup. Who just drove around the house, Maria? That was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that out. The cakes are done. I didn't keep them in for the whole 30 minutes. They were already done at like 25 minutes. I made a cake. I'm making, it's a cranberry cake with cream cheese frosting. The nice thing when lining your cake pan with parchment paper, the cake just slips right out. Like I said, I am doing all of this cooking in between, well, like the hunting, breakfast and everything, and all the visiting that went with that, as well as school. Peter's starting a new project in his science, so that required, you know, a lot of time on my part to get him started and kind of all of that. Maria is learning something that's a little bit difficult in math right now, so that took some time again. And anyway, I am back at it though here. It is 10 to 1. I did start this pretty early in the morning, but just little by little it will get done. So I have in here a cup of butter. I am making the cranberry oatmeal cookies. And I do try to follow the recipes. I am going to change this one up just a little bit because since the other two recipes took orange peel, I'm going to leave the orange peel out of these cookies. So that's a cup of butter, and I had it going for quite a while so it could get it creamy, and now I need to blend that with the butter until it's nice and fluffy, so real light colored. Because 11 is a prime number already, so nothing, you know. Yep.
Metallic female model brown with white tail.
Uh-huh. That was 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. 2 cups of oatmeal. Now here is where I'm going to change things up a bit. It does call for white or vanilla chips, which I don't have, and I guess we're not always a huge fan of that anyway. What I'm going to do is I have some of these little baking or these little melting wafers left. I'm just breaking them up and I'm going to put these in. So not a lot, but it's about, it's probably not even a 1/4 cup. It does suggest to chop the cranberries, and I think they should be chopped, just because in a cookie, a whole cranberry just doesn't quite spread out as well. So I'm just going to cut into 4ths the cranberries. This is going to be a little tedious. I suppose I could just get out my chopper, but I'm not. I'm just not. I don't mind that this is tedious. Just cutting each cranberry into 4ths. I just had to take a call. Like a speakerphone call. I finished up the dough, so I did have that little bit of dried cranberries left from that package from the salad, and so I added that into here. Again, it was probably a couple of tablespoons, and then I have the cranberries. I added in that little bit of those white melting wafers. I did not do the grated orange peel. All of these recipes are in this Taste of Home most requested recipes from 2018. So that's the recipe that I'm putting together right now. And there's the picture. We'll see. I'm refrigerating this dough. It doesn't say that it has to be, but I'm refrigerating it because the bagel dough is done and I want to get those shaped. All right, I have to get this divided. This is the bagel dough into 9 portions.
7, 6, 7, 71. But
I'm going to end up with 8 of them here, right? 1, 2, let's...
it's only 23% there, 24% there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I got 10. Okay, well I got 10 bagels. Here we go. So we're going to form this into a little ball. My battery is going to die on me any second, you guys. Okay, come on. We got to get that into a nice little ball. And then stick your thumb through it. And you want that hole to be pretty big, if I remember right from the last time I made bagels. You want that hole pretty big so that as they kind of rise, it doesn't completely go shut. I can really smell the cloves in this dough. Really smell the cloves. It smells kind of Christmassy. The cloves and the orange.
35% there. 41, 55, 70.
I'm bringing a Dutch oven, half to a little more full of water and a tablespoon of sugar to a boil while the bagels just kind of sit over here and rest. Should be about 10 minutes or so. Water is boiling. It says to flatten these a little bit. I still want that hole though, so I'm going to stretch the hole. Come on. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to lower them here for 45 seconds per side. Put a light on. Oh, there we go. Okay. It just floated up and flipped itself. It flipped itself, you guys. Is that right? Is it wrong? I cannot remember. It's been a while since I've made bagels. And then this recipe says to drain them on paper towels. That's new, but I'm going to do it. I'm also going to get my oven preheating to 400. They're a little lumpy. A little lumpier than I thought they would be. Flip that one over. I think I can put more than 2 in at a time. I'm going to sprinkle my greased cookie sheet here with cornmeal. Put our bagels back on. These smell really good. These are going to go into my 400-degree oven for 18 to 22 minutes. First time making them, I don't know. We'll err on the 18-minute side and see what happens. It's time to get the pie going. So my pie crust is nicely thawed. I want to give you a pointer. If you're frustrated and struggling with your pie crust when you're making it from scratch, one thing to do, because I think what makes most people get fed up with pie crust, it doesn't want to roll out well and it keeps splitting. So stop and then tap the edges. I don't know, is my camera getting this angle right now? Tap your edges to tighten them back up, and then start rolling slowly. And you're not pressing, you're just rolling. I feel like I'm talking to a little kid there, but because I always tell my kids that when they start rolling, they want to roll with all their muscles. I'm like, no, 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 no. Just lightly roll. You don't have to press. And again, if it starts to crack just a little bit, you know, don't wait till there's a 4-inch crack and it's, you know, splitting all the way through. Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. And if it starts to crack one way and you're rolling that direction, then pick up your rolling pin and roll it back this way, kind of bring that crack back together. All right, we're gonna fold it into fourths, put it into our pie plate. I'm gonna use just a basic smallish, simple pie plate today. The recipe does not call for a deep dish or anything, so we're just gonna do it like this. I think that's gonna be good. And then we'll roll the second crust, at least just to have it ready. Over the weekend we were getting snow. I feel like I should be using a little snowflake cookie cutter, but I'm not. I'm just gonna use a leaf here. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut out kind of in the center-ish. Can of cherry pie filling. This is Cranberry Cherry Nut Pie. And I need walnuts, a half a cup of chopped walnuts. And I also need a few walnuts chopped for the top of the cake. I'm gonna have to find some people that I can take dessert to. So this is gonna be a lot of dessert, and we don't need this many desserts. So 1 can of the pie filling, 2 cups of cranberries. It says they can be fresh or frozen. Mine are fresh cranberries. It calls for a 3/4 cup of sugar. I feel like that's too much. I have a 2/3 cup here, and honestly, I'm not even going to fill up the 2/3. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Half a cup. This is my 2/3 cup. We're just going to go to right there. There's a half a cup of nuts, a half teaspoon of cinnamon. I just checked on the bagels, and guess what I was supposed to do? I completely forgot I was supposed to take an egg white and make a egg wash to put over the top of them, like brush over top. I forgot to do that. Well, it's too late now, but that probably would have made them look really, really pretty, like giving them that really pretty shine. It calls for an 1/8 teaspoon of allspice. You know what? I'm just going to leave that out. I don't have any. I'm pretty sure allspice is like a mixture, almost kind of a pumpkin pie-ish style mixture. A little bit of cloves. I think, you know, it's kind of that flavoring, sort of. So anyway, this looks good. It smells good too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We will put this into the pie plate. And now we're going to dot with butter. Not every recipe says to dot it with butter. And even if it doesn't say that, it's always such a good idea to do that. It's so yummy. So 2 tablespoons of butter, which is actually quite a bit. That's like all the way to there. Yeah, that's a lot of butter. All right, that looks like enough to me. Put our top crust on with our little cutouts. Isn't that going to look cute? We're just going to go around and cut off this. like to fold it over and, you know, kind of like crimp the edge. It kind of builds up the edge a little bit. I really like crust on pie, but sometimes my family ends up picking that off. I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing? Okay, that's not perfectly even, but that's all right. We're gonna put the little cutouts on the top here. I'm just gonna kind of, actually, I think I'm gonna put them the other way. Put them like that. We have one right here. Oh, put one right here. Put one right there. That'll look cute. And we're gonna brush with just a little bit of milk. We're going to brush. Whoops, you know what I forgot to do? I didn't crimp my edge. Let's crimp the edge first. Brush with milk.
You're making all kinds of stuff.
I am.
Oh, I love the little
cutouts.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cute?
Such a good idea.
What I'm gonna do is actually.
Can I have some dough?
Yes.
You should make those cinnamon things.
Yes. You know what? Actually, why don't you grab a cookie sheet and spread them out and do that? That'd be a wonderful, wonderful little project for you, Maria. Huh. Huh. Huh.
Oh, this is hot.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a little bit of milk pooled up in there. We don't really want that. That's another reason why I didn't want to use the whole amount of sugar in the pie, because, you know, you put another little bit on top and it just starts to get to be a little too sweet. All right, this is going to go in the oven at 375 degrees. It says for 40 to 45. This recipe also recommends to cover it with foil partway through, like maybe it says after the first. Cover the edge with foil during the last 30 minutes if it needs that. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Because, you know, my cranberry pear one, I ended up burning the back edge. Or at least, at the very least, what I could do partway through is turn the pie. So let's just set this for 20 minutes first. I'll check it, and then I can put it in for another 20 to 25 minutes with foil if needed. These bagels look so pretty. I wasn't sure if they were going to get that nice shine to them, but they did. They are absolutely beautiful looking. I hope they taste as good as they look. I sure hope so. I love making homemade bagels. They're one of those things that they really don't take that much effort. And I think the result is just always so yummy. They're just so good and fresh and warm and yummy. Are you going to have some butter on your bagel?
Yeah.
Yes?
I'm just trying to put a whole bunch of cinnamon sugar.
I just cut one in half with a little bit of butter. It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, we kind of have a mess again. I have a mess again. Maria didn't have anything to do with it.
You're like, it's all your fault. I need a bunch of butter.
She needs a bunch of butter.
I need a bunch of butter.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What do you think? I'll give you a chance to chew. All right, what flavors are you tasting? It's a real question.
I know. It's like on the cooking shows.
Yep.
Like cranberry bread.
Mm-hmm.
Butter.
What else? You taste cranberry and butter. Can you pick up on what that spice is that's in there? Cloves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
Little cloves. It is cloves. Mm-hmm.
Definitely not cinnamon.
There's a little cinnamon. There's actually some cinnamon and cloves.
Cinnamon would be good in here.
Mm-hmm. Cinnamon is in there. Yep. Cinnamon and cloves. And then you taste the orange.
That's that you say it, yeah.
Just a little hint of orange, little
Tiny
orange
bit.
zest. Yep, just a tiny, just
No,
enough.
I
It kind of like brightens the flavor of the cranberries.
Cornstarch-y.
Those are, that's cornmeal.
Cornmeal. That's
Yes.
close.
I'm getting started here on the frosting for the cake. The cake is completely cooled. I have in 8 ounces of cream cheese, a half a cup of butter. This is a teaspoon of vanilla. I have 3.5 cups of powdered sugar here. You know what? I have these little lights I can turn on now. There we go. That adds a little light to it.
Beautiful.
All right, you guys, the pie came out of the oven. Guess what? I completely forgot to add the cornstarch. I pulled it out and it was like, and it kind of like dripped over on this side. And I was like, that seems a little bit runnier than it should be. And then I just realized I completely forgot the cornstarch. It's still going to be fine. All the cornstarch does is help it to thicken up a little bit, which, I mean, a runny pie is a runny pie. That just, it happens. So, I got my pie plate, or my cake plate here. What we're gonna do, it didn't look like a lot of frosting, but it was plenty. And now I'm just gonna top it with a few nuts. And if I want it to be fancy, this isn't in the recipe. Oh, and the recipe did call for grated orange zest in the frosting. I did not do that because it's already in the cake, and I thought that would be plenty of orange flavoring for us. But, you know, you do it how you'd like to do it. But I do think it would look really, really pretty. If I wanted to really make this for, you know, really fancy, I could do some sugared cranberries. So to do sugared cranberries, all you have to do is bring cranberries and like 7-Up or Sprite or something like that to a boil. Boil them for just a little bit. And then when you take them out, you roll them in sugar. They're so pretty. And tasty too. Okay, so not too many nuts. That's plenty. But doesn't that look pretty? And we have the pie. Is that pie jiggly? Oh, it doesn't seem too bad, does it? Okay, it's looking great. We have to do the cookies. The bagels are done, remember? I made 10 of them. 2, 4, 6 or 7 left. Okay, so those are already getting eaten, and everyone is saying they're delicious, except for Joe. Joe didn't like the bagel, did you? No, he didn't like the bagel. He was like, nope, not for me. He tried it though. I was proud of you for trying it.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Well, later after supper we'll have some desserts. For supper we're going to have a venison roast, and we're going to have baked potato, and we're going to have that salad. Remember the salad I was working on this morning?
I said McDonald's.
You want McDonald's?
Yeah.
We're not having McDonald's, sorry.
I said McDonald's, please.
First pan of cookies came out. These were in for a whole 12 minutes at $3.75. That seems pretty rare. Normally, my cookies are done in 10 minutes or even a little less. These are pretty little. They're pretty though. They look like a pretty cookie. I did let them cool on the pan for a couple of minutes. Maybe it was 1 to 2 minutes.
And then I have to do math and science.
We laugh at each other. We laugh at each other. Not like mean.
What are you going to try first? All right, I'll tell you what we have. So this here is a cranberry cake with cream cheese frosting. It does have little bits of orange zest in it. also walnuts. This is a just cranberry oatmeal cookie. I just put the glaze on it. It was leftover frosting.
Okay.
I kind of milked it up, and
Looks good.
Maria and I put some glaze on that. And this actually has some dried cranberries in it as well as fresh cranberries. No orange in this one at all. And then this is cranberry cherry nut pie.
That looks good too.
Yeah. And I forgot to put the cornstarch in there, so that's why it's starting to ooze out, because it didn't thicken up quite as much. But I think that's okay. So we're going to try these. Well, you try whatever you want.
I'm going to start with the cookie.
Yeah, Peter, you can try something too. So the salad at supper time, Maria didn't like it at all. I knew that I would love it because it's just, I love those 7-layer salad kind of things. You like the salad, too many peas, not enough cranberries. And Peter,
I didn't have it.
I had 2 helpings of it though.
that's true, you did. Joe took a lot of salad. Joe, did you like the salad?
No.
Okay, he ate it all though. And then the cranberry bagels, we've all already tested
They're
those,
amazing.
and those were really good too. So,
Good cookies.
what are you thinking? Cookies are good?
Sour but good cake.
Oh, Parker.
I want that piece in the middle.
Take it. I was surprised that when I cut the cake, there's hardly any cranberries in it. And it had 2 cups of cranberries, I think. And so I was kind of surprised.
That cake is really good.
That's good. How was the pie, Peter? Is that your first bite?
Amazing.
The cookie was good. The cake is better than the cookie. And it looks like I better get some pie before Peter eats it all.
Yeah, watch out.
The pie is my favorite.
Gotta get some
Get some
crust.
Or the sugary crust.
Pie is very good too.
Pie is my favorite.
I think the cake is my favorite. The pie is second.
Pie's my
and then the
favorite.
cookie. And as far as cookies go, it's good, but up against a pie and a cake,
Yeah. Sometimes
definitely.
I pick some recipes and they're not very good.
This is true.
That happens. It does happen. More times than I like to admit. And maybe it isn't even that the whole recipe is bad, but like only I like it, or only one person, like only Joe likes it or something like that. And he's not that hard to please. But anyway, I would say that these have all been good ones today.
All winners.
The 7-layer, or it's not really a 7-layer salad, I don't think, but whatever, well, probably. I didn't count the layers, but that was really good. I would totally make that again. The bagels, I think
Less
toast.
peas, more cranberries.
Less peas, more cranberries. I thought it could have used more peas. It called for 2 cups. I only put, like I said, only about
For 2 cups of peas?
It called for 2 cups of peas, but I only put in about a 1/4 cup of peas. Him and Maria said, "There's no way that I only put in a 1/4 cup." They're like, "There's so many
I had
peas."
a 1/4 cup just in my helping.
And I only had about 3 peas, and I'm the one who likes the peas. So anyway, all right, I better get some of this pie too, because this was what I thought was so good.
Joseph. Bucky.
It's good. It's very good.
Name is Joe.
I showed the cookbook earlier. It's the Taste of Home 2018, like best of, something like that. I will link that cookbook. I'm not going to type out all the recipes just because it does say at the front of the cookbook, copyright material or something like that. So anyway, if you are interested in any of these recipes, you can kind of follow along
Go
with
ahead.
how I made them in the video here, or you can check out that cookbook at the library, or you can buy it. I'm sure Amazon will have it. All right, thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you again in another video. Bye.